Is everybody ready?
Good morning, good morning. Will you guys get on your feet, put your hands together, join us and come on in, hey. Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. Where the Father waits with open arms, He's calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in, come on in. You'll find a place of rest and illumination, where God within you helps you to light your way. And He knows the peace you need and the hurt you're feeling. He longs to hold you and to wipe your tears away. Where the doors are locked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Where there's room enough in this home of love for someone just like you. Yes, come on in, welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Unity of Tampa, come on in. That is how we do it. Sounded great, guys. Thank you. Happy Sunday.
Yes, you did. Excellent. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Tampa. Morning. Hey, that was great. Great, good crowd here today. My name is Lewis Key, and I am your PA, or platform assistant. And the first thing we want to do is welcome any brand new visitors that we have here today. Do we have anybody brand new? Never been here before? Yes, we do. Back there in the back. Thank you for coming. We just want to identify you because we got something for you. We have a gift there. And at the end of the service, if you want to stop by that table right back there that you're going to walk by to get out the door, we also have a T-shirt for you of any color or size. So we want to thank you for being here. Also, is there anybody here for the second or third time? Yes, back there. Well, thank you for coming. We must have done something right. You came back to see us again. Hopefully you'll keep coming back because it just gets better and better and better. Every Sunday is better and better. Matter of fact, no pressure on Nancy there to try to make this better than last week.
None at all.
None at all.
I'm taking note as you speak.
Oh, great. It was, last week was a fantastic service, so it's going to be kind of hard to beat it, but we're going to be looking at you, listening to you in anticipation. Secondly, we have, other than the quick announcements I'm going to give you here, if you want more detailed announcements, they're available on the website, on the Facebook page, in the bulletin that we have here today, on the email newsletter that comes out on Thursdays. And hopefully y'all are signed up for that. If not, you can just go on the website, click on subscribe button up at the top, and it takes about 10 seconds, and then you'll start getting emails from us just letting you know what's going on here. And we have the mobile app for those of you that like to spend a lot of time on the cell phone. You can go on it and do everything there. Now, speaking of cell phones, has everybody got your cell phone in your hand that brought it in? Please turn it off or silence it however you want. But don't create a situation to where it goes off and then you get embarrassed because 100 people start staring at you, wanting you to hurry up and shut it up. Okay, next we have Easter last week. Thank you very much. We had a tremendous turnout for Easter. I don't know how, probably most of y'all were here, but it was excellent. And the food was excellent. And the cake was excellent that we had in there too. Next, we have Earth Cares collecting cans. We've got a new recyclable aluminum cans only container over here in the Powers patio. So we need to start collecting those, and no glass, as I understand, just aluminum cans that go in there. So if you'll just make sure you go to that whenever we have cans over there, put them in there, and everybody will be happy. Mother's Day donation drive is still going on. We have two Sundays left. Today's one of them. And then next week's May the 4th. And this is for the spring, household items that are needed. The new items, you got it down there in the bottom, pots and pans, twin sheets, towels, throw blankets, shower curtains, shampoo, body wash, and a lot of other things that you could think of. But please think about this. Look through your house or go out and donate a little bit of money, pick up some things and bring them in. And either today, you should already have them, obviously, or next week. Next, we have the care team. Next Sunday, May 4th, we need people to volunteer to stay after service and fill the bags for the distribution to the homeless. That'll be here in the service, or in the sanctuary after the service next Sunday. See Linda Reed for more information. I'm sure it won't be, you don't have to spend a whole lot of time. The more people we have, the less time you'll be here doing that. But we need to get that done, so we thank you for that. And then as far as the snacks that we need everyone, not just what we were talking about, snack angels, but anybody to start volunteering to bring snacks on different Sundays. We need to know. It'd be very helpful if we know what you're going to bring. So you can go and sign up on the Tithely app or the link online or the weekly newsletter and bring some snacks. And then once a month, we're going to start having new potluck Sundays. And the first one is going to be the third Sunday of next month. Now you can see it over there a lot easier. I don't know about y'all, but I don't read red on blue very easily anymore. So next May 18th, that's good. We'll be back then for potluck. So then we can sign up for that. So potluck will be like full blown, like we had on Easter last week, something like that. That'd be great for those of us that like to eat. And I'm one of them. And last but not least, we have birthdays. Today, Nancy's brother Tom is having a birthday. Happy birthday. She won't disclose your age, but we're glad that you're here. And he's out in Colorado. And we have Gilbert Lopez, May the 1st, which is next Thursday, I believe. Dave Carlson watches online from Colorado, May the 3rd. And Larry Garvin, May the 3rd. And anybody else have any birthdays I did not mention? No, not yet. Okay. Let's sing a birthday song.
Let's sing to him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God loves you. Happy birthday to you.
Good morning. How's everybody? What a fun day we had yesterday. If you were one of the painters, there were 18 or 19 of us who painted. I'm gonna switch up on you, Greg. Sorry. So I want to tell you, we painted Candy Norris's house, and on the left is what it looked like before. And on the right is what we did. 2 coats, 2 colors. And I have to tell you, it was there are more pictures. I'm going to let Greg share. We had so much fun. And Dave Troll did an awesome job. Yes. You know, I knew I was in trouble when Dave said, sign here before you pick up that brush. I was like, uh-oh, this can't be good. This must be a bad thing about to happen to me. But I was so motivated after. I don't know how everybody else felt, but I was so motivated. I went home, I finished cleaning house, and then I started the laundry for 200 costumes I signed up to launder for the theater for Melody School. So I did probably 60 pieces yesterday, and I was like, I am so motivated. I'm going to paint with these guys every week. And then I thought, I bet they won't go. But I just want to tell everyone who was there yesterday, stand up, please, if you can. Yeah, my favorite part was I'd walked by Ken a couple of times, and I couldn't tell he's down there like this, and there was a lot of people, and I said, oh, Ken. He goes, well, you walked by me twice. I was like, well, I was covered in sweat and paint and having too much fun. But Julie and Mark aren't here today. They're at a memorial. They were awesome. Just so many people. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Is that Aunt Jane over there? Hi, Aunt Jane. Nice to see you. She's not my aunt. She's Janice's boy's aunt, and she doesn't get here but a few times a year, so it's lovely to see her. All right, I'm going to go back to saying hello to our Facebook and YouTube audience. Thanks to everybody for being online. It's always lovely to see you. And I also want to say what an amazing Easter we had last Sunday. You guys, this place just was filled with such love. And I am so grateful to all of the people who were in the parking lot, parking cars and helping us. I couldn't even believe when I saw the Easter bunny out there in his own little vest running around. And then Annette was killing me. I was dying laughing. I look out here from the choir and I see Annette. I was like, wow, she's really reeling in those cars. And it was just awesome. And I have to tell you, with our carpooling, with 160 people in the sanctuary, with carpooling, we had 8 open spots. Now, we haven't had 8 open spots ever. So what just tells us we could do a better job of parking. And so let's just be mindful of that too. But it was an awesome day. I also want to just quickly tell you that you saw Melody was up here last week singing with our choir, right? So she made the premier choir this week for the school, and they came and announced it on Friday. So now she's in a competition choir next year. It's called show choir. So I was really grateful to everybody who keeps rallying her to have courage and strength, and it's just wonderful. Yeah, thank you. You know, when I see our children grow up here, I'm always encouraged, right? Because they become these young adults, and we were the village. And so all those little things you say to all these young people, they remember you, and it sticks. So please just remember that and keep that in your heart. We have to bring the youth up in our community. That's it. I'm going to shut up for now. I have so many things going on here today. I'm going to see if I can do them all with grace. That'll be a challenge in itself. All right, let's do our affirmation, and then we'll do our daily word, okay? There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And don't forget that. And I had a lovely message when I came up here. Andrew, where did you go? Andrew? Is he here? Oh, there you are. Sorry, the light is blocking me from seeing you. So Andrew came up to me right as we were starting and told me that he and his wife, Charmaine, have been together for 60 years. And she has had a lot. She has had some recent health challenges, but I just want you to close your eyes with me. And we're going to say, thank you, God, for the beautiful love and relationship that Andrew and Charmaine have created. May God continue to watch over both of them and their health and their love and their happiness. And so it is. Amen. Thank you for sharing with me. All right. It's Easter. We got to get past the Easter week here. She probably marked it, and I can't read. We could be up here all day. Just hang tight. I don't know what's happening here. I'm in the wrong book. That's why. All right, let's try again. May, nope. April 27. Oh, freedom. God help me. Freedom to be myself. Oh. God, you have got to be yourself. All right, here's what it actually says. Spiritual living is my path to freedom. Looking back over the years, I remember the ways I felt less than free. Maybe I felt limited because of my background or personal history, or my education or career, or because of the things other people have believed about me. Without even realizing, I may have taken on a very limited view of myself and a limited view of what is possible in my own life. But discovering the truth of myself as a spiritual being, a beloved child of God, has healed my heart and freed my soul. My life circumstances are only part of my story. I am so much more than the sum total of my experiences. My freedom lies in God and in my understanding of myself as divine. As I grow in confidence, realizing I can change my life through the power of my thoughts, I grow more free. And from Psalm 119:45, I shall walk at liberty, for I have sought your precepts. All right, that's our message for today. I am going to let you turn us into singers of a new song. Well, not new to some of us, but...
That's right, we did Let It Rise for a pretty long time, so now it's time for a new one, guys. We're past Easter. We're going to sing God Is My Source for a while. Will you stand and sing it with us? It's a little bit of a call and response, so you can sing with me or you can sing with Michael. We're going to learn it quick, though. Here we go. God is my source.
God is my source.
God is my power.
God is my power.
God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. For all my blessings.
For all my blessings.
God gives me everything I need. Yeah. Peace is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. For all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. For all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. source. Joy is my power.
my power.
Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks,
So I give thanks
for all my blessings.
all my blessings.
Joy gives me everything I need. Back to God. God is my source.
God is my source.
God is my power.
God is my power.
God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks,
So I give thanks
for all my blessings.
all my blessings.
God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. All right, thanks, guys.
Are we supposed to follow you or Michael? Because this half of the room was following you, and then we switched to following Michael, and I thought it was a pretty nice
cool,
mix
wasn't it?
going on.
Yeah.
So you'll have to decide if we're going to have a little
Well,
competition.
there's been times where we've tried to divide the room, right? You know?
Yeah.
And then we have
Well,
kind
the
of, then you're
painters-
all members of the choir at that point. Sorry.
Yeah, painters are, I noticed the clapping's a little like low energy today and singing is low. So the clappers are doing this. Right? Because their hands are like hurting. And some of them, can't get up. We can't get up, It's all good. Before I forget, I want to thank these two people right here, Mabel and Sean. They donated 2 tables 2 weeks ago in Fellowship Hall, 2 new coffee table or end tables. And I didn't get to thank you on Easter because it was just busy and we didn't do announcements. But I just want to say thank you for your generosity. And now it is my pleasure to bring our board up here today. That's one of our good news stories. I would like our board to join me. Now, Margaret, tie yourself down. So I'm going to step down here so I can let them be in the limelight. And let me not be in your way. I'll stand over here. I just want to say, and of course, Jeffrey and I are on the board as well, but I just want to say how grateful I am for this board. We have 3 new members, Sean Lee, Terry Bonatti, and Annette Montanez. And we elected officers at our last meeting. So I just want you to know, Dennis was our interim. He was vice president last year. He is now our president. Thank you. And we have moved, Oscar was our interim secretary when Linda stepped off with Margaret. And now we've elected Oscar as our new vice president. So thank you. And as you can see, Joanne is not up here, but Joanne Wells remains our treasurer. So thank you to Joanne. And Annette was elected secretary or pushed, I'm not sure which it was, but we're very grateful that one of our new members can take an officer's spot. But all of these people, Sam has been with us for a while. Sam, whether you're an officer or not, it's a very important role to be on our board, as you know. But each one of you represents some section of our community here. And when we're together and we're voting, we are thinking about all of these people. And that's what these people really do. They don't look at things from their eyes. They look at, who am I representing here? And how do I speak up and represent that group? So thank you to all of them. Janice, do you want the mic? Do you have anything you want? Oh, you're right? All right. Well, I know they're going to do a great job. The other thing I'm going to announce real quick is we are doing, let me back up. So our board had allocated money to something that we're donating to at Unity Worldwide Ministries. We have purchased for Unity of Tampa, or we're in the process of purchasing, a glass etching tile that's going to be in the new Goppert Center at Unity Village. And we had agreed to a certain size and framing, and then the board wanted to be more generous. And then I didn't follow the board's orders because I felt I felt moved 4 days after we made this decision, because I found out that the Southeast region, which our church is part of, that the Southeast region youth ministry did not have enough money to be able to send all of these children whose churches can't afford to send them. Usually that when we send our kids to rallies and events and conferences, the church pays a third, the parent pays a third, and the kids raise a third. But the leadership conference for Melody and all of these kids was canceled and moved from in-person to online because they did not have the funds for the region. And it's the first time that they have been without funds. Not the first time they had to do virtual, because that happened during COVID. So I asked the board if they would let me take $2,500 of that money and put it in front of you and say, who would like to help me match that? And see if we could raise $5,000, the 25 we have and the 25 we want to collect. And I already have one person who's offered just by me mentioning it. And Jeffrey and I are in that pool. But here's my thought. I want to give the region, the youth, $5,000 so all children in all 9 states can come to these events. But here's what I want you to understand. I believe that Unity churches oftentimes get so focused on their church, their people, their community. And I am hoping that if our community sets this precedent, that every church in the region will think about all of the churches and all of the people. So if you're at all interested in doing that, if you do write a check or make a donation, please specify that it's for Southeast Region Youth Fundraiser, please. Because it'll get confused with our tithings and we won't know what we collected. You can see me after the service. You can see me anytime. We don't have a time on this. There's no rush. I just want, when we get to 5, we're going to send a check. That's how it's going to go. And we're already a little, well, I haven't added, but we're definitely at least on our way. We only have about 2,100, I think, at the moment to collect. So we're already well on our way. Okay? So if you're interested, please let me know. I did call the region leader last week and told her, we're going to make a commitment to you, but I can't give you the money yet. I want to wait till we have it all. And she was so emotional and touched by the fact that we would think about the whole region. But I want to start that. Enough with that. If we're Unity, then we shouldn't care. We should want to help everybody. Okay? All right, so thank you for understanding, and thank you to the board who supported me and could have fired me for not doing what I was told. But there's always Colorado. I have a good online audience there. I can always go back. All right, let's get ready for meditation, and thank you for listening to me.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary. sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Sanctuary for you.
Think about those words. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. Sounds like a lot of resilience to me. So I invite you now to take a deep, deep breath. I want you to just let everything that's on your mind drift away. And allow yourself to be in the present moment of everyone's divine energy. Beautiful community, wonderful people, such positive energy. And even when you're having a bad day, somebody else's energy here will lift you and put that smile back on your face. It's wonderful to be vulnerable, to be authentic, and to know when you walk through those doors, nobody cares. Nobody cares about who you think you have to be or why you think you have to be it. All they care about is that you showed up and that your light is helping keep the light of Unity of Tampa bright and the spirit whole. And listen to the words I'm going to share, taking in what's right for you on this absolutely beautiful day. Today I focus my attention on spiritual resilience, the enduring spirit that dwells within me. Resilience is a profound spiritual practice. It's a journey that calls me to rise above challenges with grace and fortitude. I was created with the amazing powers, all 12 of them, that act as centers of excellence, designed to help me navigate life's daily challenges and daily decisions. As a child of God, I am strong. I am resilient. And I am capable of rising above whatever is put in front of me. Just by activating the power of God within me and taking action, I ignite those centers of excellence that guide me along my path. Through the gifts of radiance and resilience, I can shine God's light on everything if I'm willing to change my mind. I have a right to be disappointed in life. I have a right to be disillusioned. I have a right to be frustrated. But none of those mindsets will ever help me move forward. They will keep me stuck. They will cause me to wallow in self-pity. But through resilience, I can ignite the Spirit of God to help me propel myself from darkness to light, from doubt and fear to empowerment and success, and from burden to freedom. Resilience is more than a mere survival mechanism. It is a spiritual practice that enriches my life and connects me to my deeper self. By embracing resilience, I cultivate a spirit of perseverance, wisdom, and grace. I learn to rise above adversity, not just for myself, but for the greater good of those around me. As I continue on my path, I am reminded that resilience is a journey, not a destination. It is an ongoing, continual process of growth, reflection, and renewal. I rest in the silence now, awaiting divine wisdom for my life. Still breathing. I'm calm. I'm centered. I'm relaxed and I am present in this moment, only this moment. And as I return to this place and time, this very moment, my mind is clear, my heart is open, and I am at peace. Good morning, Logan. Good morning, Everett. I hope you had fun on Thomas the Train in Baltimore yesterday. So, following Easter is this 50-day period of time called Eastertide. And we've talked a little bit about this in the past. But this time period is intended for us to deepen our faith and to reflect on new beginnings. Because as we talked about last week, Easter is our opportunity for new beginnings. But the only way you can recognize new beginnings is through spiritual resilience. Because if you didn't have spiritual resilience, then you just repeat the same patterns of the past. And you will revisit every single challenge you've ever had. So the idea is to take this whole big picture and think about what kind of spiritual resilience we need to get on with our life and not return to our own ways. So one of the definitions explains spiritual resilience as inner strength that comes from our connection to God, to our faith, and also to our spiritual self. That spirituality, that need to grow our inner being. But it's understanding that we have to be steadfast. We cannot waffle. We can have a moment, but we cannot have a day. We can't afford to have a day that takes us backwards, because then it takes another day to move us forward. And only half the year would we be progressing. So it's really important for us to understand that spiritual resilience is not the same as physical or emotional resilience. This is us drawing from this deep reservoir in us at the worst times of our life and saying, what am I to do with this? You know, Jeffrey was here yesterday, and the big Edgar Casey ARE event was here yesterday. And it was, the sanctuary was full of people, and Jeffrey was not well, and he stuck it out for 10 hours, and it took two of us to get him out of the car last night, and I'm headed to the ER with him after this, because he was passing a kidney stone, we believe, the whole time. So, you know, when we got him home, and even this morning, I found myself doing this. You know, what am I going to do with this? How am I going to help? How can I stay in that place? And then I remembered, oh yeah, God wanted me to talk about spiritual resilience this week, so it's another test. Let's see if Nancy can practice what she preaches. So I thought for a moment this morning about how, you know, was I coming from the outside or was I coming from here? Was all this chaos going on in my mind up here? Or was it coming from my heart? Was it coming from my soul? And what I realized is I had lots of room down there in that deep place within us to pull out all the tricks and to just trust that this is all going to be fine. Just do what it takes to stay in that mindset. And we all have to get there. We all have to get there. We have to think of this as accessing through prayer and meditation, and if you like to read, reading, but recognizing that you can't just try to manage life from your head. You have to get into your heart space. You have to look beyond what is being said or done in front of you. You have to be able to say, God, what am I to do? How will I serve in this moment? How will I serve? But keep in mind that if you don't believe you already have an inner reservoir, you're not going to get there. You have to believe that you're more than this outer casing. more than the stuff in front of you, more than the people and what they say to you. You are more. You're this divine energy, this light, this spirit. And you have the power to get over anything you choose to. But you have to believe, I can do this. Not, woe is me. Yeah, I go in the, garage and do woe is me for about 10 minutes. But it's so hot out there, I realize, I'm going to die. And I probably should just go upstairs or somewhere cooler. But no, I have to go out in the garage so I can punish myself a little more. I noticed that about myself. I'm good at that. Wisdom Commons is a project for parents and educators, and they happen to have this definition on resilience that I really love. It says, resilience is rooted in a tenacity of spirit, a determination to embrace all that makes life worth living, even in the face of overwhelming odds. When we have a clear sense of identity and purpose, we are more resilient because we can hold fast to the vision of a better future. So if today is not a good day, can you hold on to later, to tomorrow? Can you see it? Or are you seeing the darkness? Are you seeing that you're going to have another day that looks like the one yesterday? Because none of that helps us. Charles Fillmore believed that such tenacity exists within us through these 12 centers of action, these 12 powers, which, by the way, in case you don't know by now through Unity and our teachings, the 12 powers were generated by Charles Fillmore and his wife Cora after Myrtle passed. And the idea is that Jesus in the stories had 12 apostles, and the 12 apostles were to make up for what he didn't have. And the 12 powers are for us to understand we don't have to have it all alone. We've got all these centers within us that can help us overcome. You need a little more intuition, tap into that. You need a little more physical strength, tap into that. But know that you are already equipped with everything you need. You don't need to fret. Just go within, look for the answers, search for meaning. Each of the 12 powers is needed to help us oversee some function in our soul and our body. And if one of them weakens, then we have to engage it and reignite it. Charles uses this example of having back problems to help us understand it. He says the back grows weak under the burden of material thinking. Eliminating all thoughts of burdens and igniting that consciousness, that divine consciousness, is necessary and requires resilience. In her book, Adventures in Resilience, Reverend Sharon Connors refers to the 12 powers as our soul powers, which we can better understand as it shows up in our life on a daily basis. But she points out that we often fall in automatic responses of doubt, fear, and worry. Those are the three we rely on the most. Well, guess what? You do not have a center within you called doubt. And you don't have one called worry. And you definitely don't have one called fear. Those are all manufactured in our ego and in our minds. So when you're fearful, just ask yourself, why do I feel the need to be? Why? I'm a child of the most divine spirit in this earth. That's all I have to remember, and life will figure itself out when I stop worrying. She asks us to think about how it might feel if we could learn to rely on our divine soul powers instead of drowning in our concerns, which comes down to how our thinking has been programmed since we were born. We all have a lot of miswiring. We've told ourselves so many lies we can't even tell the truth in our mind anymore. What is the truth? Am I who they thought I was? Am I who that person thought I was? What am I? Think only of yourself from that divine perspective. I'm sure many of you read the book, The Positive Principle, today by Norman Vincent Peale. But I loved how he talks about positive and negative thinkers. Okay, because he says positive and negative thinkers affect their own resilience. He says positive thinkers are able to self-appraise in any situation to determine limitation or unlimited growth potential in anything they're facing. And negative thinkers engage in a self-destructive process of activating a world of negativity around themselves. The only way, he says, to take command of the situation is to become the master of our thoughts and the master of our feelings and rise above whatever we're facing, letting go of our gloom and doom mentality fueled by doubt and fear. Now, thinking about maintaining unwavering faith and trust in order to get over something means we have to push everything back that's clouding our judgment in the moment. We have to be determined enough to face adversity knowing we're equipped with that resilience. It provides us with the strength to confront our fears and the courage to overcome our obstacles. It comes from the core within us, that wellspring I mentioned earlier. But it's also important to understand that we gain wisdom and insight all the way along our journey in life, because it allows us to view challenges from a broader perspective and figure out, what's my lesson in this? It's that gift that allows us to grow and evolve and transform adversity into opportunity, a chance for us to grow better. Sir John Templeton shares his insights about wisdom, and I love this. He says, oftentimes an occurrence that may seem to be filled with difficult elements of human necessity can prove to be an occasion for experiencing a tremendous divine opportunity. He says wisdom encourages us to look for the lessons or the gifts any experience can bring. Sometimes what we may consider a stumbling block on life's journey may become a vital stepping stone to our success. Jeffrey, did you hear that? Don't step on a stone right now. The difference is in how we show up in these situations. That's all it is. The difference is how we show up. I love this story I'm going to share with you. Some of you may have heard it years ago. I pulled it from something else I wrote. But I love this story. It's such a reality check. This came out of Sir John Templeton, one of his writings. It says, two friends are having lunch together, thoroughly enjoying each other's company. And then there's this lull in the conversation, which brought a moment of quiet. And one of the women says to the other, "You seem to have such a carefree and untroubled life. Don't you ever have any problems? What is your secret?" The second woman smiled at her and said, "Oh yes, I have to deal with the everyday problems of life like everyone else, but I've learned not to worry about them. When a problem pops into my life, I sit down, I carefully review the situation. If it is a situation I can do something about, I get busy and take helpful actions. If it seems too big for me to handle, I become still and quiet. I pray for guidance but then I listen. Eventually, an idea for a solution comes, and I act on it. I could describe a number of seemingly impossible situations that have worked out because I know the source of my good. It's such a great reminder. You see, the woman understood the usefulness of maintaining what's called a learner mindset. And a learner mindset is resilient in the face of challenges because learners don't get discouraged by mistakes and delays. In fact, learners become more highly motivated in the face of challenges because they're curious. What can I learn from this? What should I do about it? Mindsets change what people strive for or don't strive for. It's all about where our head is. The gifts of spiritual resilience are invaluable treasures that empower us to navigate life's challenges with grace and fortitude. And the gifts are faith and strength and courage and resilience. We just need to remember that resilience isn't about enduring hardships. It's about thriving in the face of them. Reaching deep into our soul with unwavering faith and recognizing and honoring that divine power within us all. Let's review today's lessons. The gifts of spiritual resilience will empower us if we're willing to first acknowledge the reservoir of strength, the wellspring that fortifies us. Number 2, to maintain unwavering faith and trust, unshaken by external circumstances. Number 3, to face adversity with strength and courage, and to persevere and emerge victoriously. And number 4, reflect on wisdom and insight gained to grow, evolve, and transform ourselves. And the affirmation I wrote for today is, I am spiritually resilient. Let's say that together. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I am spiritually resilient. Okay, now I believe you. Today's quote is from Larry Dossey. I love the quote. Resilience is built into life itself. It requires a kind of toughness, the ability to recover quickly from difficult situations, and must take place within a set of moral, ethical, and spiritual standards. So in other words, what do you believe? Because what you believe determines whether or not you're making it to the place of resilience. Let's take that in. So we pause for a moment to say, thank you, God, for all the powers we were given when we were born, and for the power of resilience, for the gifts that it brings, for the strength, for the courage, for the fortitude, for the visions, for all we are capable of. And we say, please remind me every day to look within, to see that I am more than what appears on the surface. And so it is. Thank you, God. Amen. I would like to ask everyone to keep our entire list of people in prayer. We have several people who had losses this week, unexpected, and a lot of people could use our prayer and support. And I would just invite you to know that we have an awesome prayer chaplain team, and we also have an awesome care team, and they are two different groups of people. Our prayer chaplains join me in praying all week on the lists we send out. And the care team makes calls and reaches out to people in need. And if you're someone who could use a pick-me-up call, we're going to have a box next week for you to, I don't think it's here this week, right, Linda? Thank you. We were too busy painting to make our box. But Linda and I talked about this yesterday while painting, by the way. We didn't stop, Dave. I didn't just, no. I don't want to get in trouble. Next year I won't be invited. Yeah, he did that to me a couple times. But I was painting. Anyway, Linda and I talked about putting a box out that said, I would like to be called, and let it be private for you. So we'll figure that out. We'll tell you where the box got put. But please know there are people here who want to call and check on you if you're open to it, okay? All right, let's say our giving affirmation together. We say this every week because we want everyone in our community to be prosperous, not just Unity of Tampa. We have faith in God as our instant, constant, abundant supply and supplier. We have faith in God to open ways when to the human sense there is no way. We have faith in God to guide us in all our ways, and our health, happiness, and prosperity are assured. Thank you, God, for your abundant good, now flowing forth to meet our every need, and so it is. I shared this prayer with Reverend Sean Moninger. You remember him? Yeah, so he helps the church in New York, and I asked him if they use this prayer, and he said he had never heard of it. So I gave him the prayer, and he gave it to them so they could be more abundant in their consciousness. And now we're going to listen to the band in this awesome song called The Strength of Love.
From the strength of love, I am born from the strength of love. All that I am today, all that I bring today, I know that it's enough. Oh, I am born from the strength of love. I am breathing the strength of love. I am breathing the strength of love. Now in this holy air, every thought is a prayer. May we be lifted up. Oh, I am born from the strength of love. Blessing the strength of love. I am blessing the strength of love. I bring it forth today, sending it on its way out to the hills above. Oh, I am blessing the strength of love. I am born from the strength of love. I am the strength of love. I am blessing the strength of love. Blessing the strength of love. Blessing the strength of love. Thanks. And there's the kiddos waiting very patiently back there. Here they come. Feeling good, like I should. Went and took a walk around my neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got the sunshine on my Sunday best.
All right, good morning, everybody. As always, as you can see, we had a good turnout this week for the Youth and Family Ministries team. Before I talk about what we did in the teens room, housekeeping reminders. If you have somebody who's not a teen, who's not normally in my room, please make sure that you come and check them out with me up at the front here afterwards, or with Heather. We will be here at the end. In the teens room today, we focused a little bit on the idea of mindfulness, kind of tying together a lot of what we've talked about in the last several months as we've gone through the 4 agreements. We kind of link that into mindfulness because all of the things that are in the 4 agreements require you to be able to be mindful and think, sometimes in stressful situations. If you're going to do your best, if you're not going to take things personally, you need to have a set of skills about putting a gap between the stimulus and your response to it, and mindfulness is one of the keys to that. I'm going to pass it across to Heather to talk about what went on in the other rooms.
Heavy. Nice. We kind of jumped a little bit around in our middle age group. We talked about being limitless in our imagination and having it be the building blocks of creating a limitless existence in the real world, the physical world. And then we also did a refresher on how to find stuff in the Bible and talked a little bit about some of the cool stories about heroes and miracles. And our youngest kid got to play with Play-Doh, and they talked about resiliency, about being able to change your world around you to be what you want it to be. And they colored rainbows. Why would you not want to do that? All right, so let's bless these kiddos, and then I have a couple announcements. All right. We love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. We love you, we really, really love you. Mwah! All right, so all our kiddos are going to go sit down there on our corner. First of all, I want to say, oh my goodness, for the donation for Southeast Youth and Family Ministries. Thank you. Amazing. And let's start something. If you've got friends in other Unity churches in here or anywhere else in the Southeast or around the country, brag about it. Let's start something. Yeah, let's help our kids be able to build that program into what they want it to be. This coming week, at least in Hillsborough County schools, but in schools around the country, is Teacher Appreciation Week. Yep, and we have some amazing volunteers who give a lot of time, not just Sunday mornings, but during the week on lesson planning, on administrative tasks. They go above and beyond. They talk to the kids. They talk to parents. They do a lot of things. And so I've got a couple people here in service currently who I'd like to come up so I can give them a nice gift. And then everyone else who couldn't be here, I will name, and we'll give them their gifts later. So, Mark, if you please join me on stage. Thank you. And Diane, are you in here? Diane Handley, are you here? Come here. Come here. Yep. Miss Katie would be here with us, but she's in the building cleaning up Play-Doh. So I will give her hers later. So for all that you do, we thank you for shining your light on our YFM. Yeah. Nice. Big round of applause. So I couldn't do what I do without them.
Yeah, and you don't need to get the go yet, Mel.
Someone left themselves out.
And we appreciate you.
It's so awesome what Heather's done here to help out with our youth department. So she's done so much for the youth department and all the teachers.
Yes,
Let's
she
stand
has.
and join hands and we'll sing the peace song and get you guys out of here finally, one way or another. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
Look at this amazing sea of energy. Do you feel it?
Oh yeah.
All right, join me if you will in saying the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is great. God bless you. Thank you for being here today.